We are about to step on board the world's second best business class today. This is Singapore Airlines' long-haul route from Frankfurt to Singapore, a 12-hour trip on board an Airbus A350. Join us today as we take you through the highlights of this trip and also show you how we booked it.
We start our day here at Frankfurt Airport, where we had just arrived on a Lufthansa flight from Zurich.
After traveling 1 month without having to use our passport, this feels a bit weird, right?
Here we are reminded that passport control is still a thing. With that done and out of the way, we have officially left Europe.
No, take me back.
To take us back, our A350 from Singapore had just arrived.
There she is.
Since we had some time before boarding, we tried to check out the Air Canada lounge, but it was closed.
Closed?
Nevertheless, there was a nice spot nearby with good view of the airside operations.
After spending some time geeking around here, we headed to the Lufthansa Senator Lounge in Concourse B. This lounge was quite spacious and had a bright and airy feel to it. Considering it was quite late when we went, there was a good selection of food and beverages on offer. Most importantly, it had some great views out of the window for plane spotting.
This lounge closes at 9:30 p.m. So we had to leave to our gate.
We are about to get kicked out of this lounge.
On the way out, we noticed that it had a full service bar and a spa. By now, we were super excited. Having flown Singapore Airlines several times, we were pinching ourselves as it was our first time trying out their business class. What's up? So much was the excitement that I forgot to wear a mask. The flight attendant noticed this straight away and made sure I put my mask on before I boarded.
Thank you for your cooperation. Mr. Ashok, the window seat on the next cabin.
Awesome. All
Yes,
right. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Hello.
So here is a first look at the Singapore Airlines A350 cabin. This aircraft has 42 seats in business class arranged in a 1-2-1 configuration. We are in the smaller back cabin today on seats 21F and 22F. The middle seats are probably better for couples, but we both enjoy having our window views. Notice how the middle seats don't have overhead bins, which gives the cabin a more roomy feel.
Hey, idea.
Here is a quick tour of our seat. It is super wide and comes with a variety of buttons to get yourself comfortable. It had a mirror and lots of storage options. There was an AC power outlet along with USB and HDMI. We were provided with a set of noise-cancelling headphones and a bottle of water. Unfortunately, Singapore Airlines does not provide amenity kits or pajamas in business class. While the 18-inch TV screen isn't touch-enabled, the remote control next to the seat provided a seamless way to control it.
Speaking of the entertainment system, Singapore Airlines has one of the best in-flight entertainment selection available. But as always, the best entertainment is the view out looking at the engines.
Welcome aboard Singapore Airlines.
Soon it was time for takeoff, and the iconic Singapore Airlines safety video started to play.
Give us your attention as we bring you through this important
Safety briefing and on a journey through Singapore.
We said bye to Frankfurt and Europe as we headed down the runway for our departure. We had a fantastic time exploring Europe for a month, and you can check out some of our other videos in the link above. Unlike other A350 operators, Singapore Airlines don't have in-flight cameras on their A350s. There is just a standard flight map.
Shortly after takeoff, the dinner service began with this iconic Singapore Airlines satay chicken. Hands down, it was one of the best satay chickens I ever had. There was no book the chef options for this flight at that time, but we were provided with an online menu instead with 3 main options. The crew set up the table and served the appetizer first with the choice of breads. For the mains, we both opted for the braised lamb, which was cooked perfectly. Lastly, for dessert, we had the chocolate and raspberry cake, which was delicious and hit the spot.
With all that eating, it's time to take a nap, and the crew kindly turned down the seat into a bed. I was pretty tired by this point and had a really comfortable sleep,
A few hours later.
waking up several hours later over India with no idea of the time. At this point, I thought I should probably check on how my travel companion was doing.
Good morning. Always on F4.
Okay, let's try that again.
And there I was having my barista coffee with breakfast starter. For breakfast, we had 3 options again, and I opted for the pancakes while Arun opted for the noodles. Both these were impressive and filling.
Unfortunately, it was already time for landing. The Bay of Singapore came into sight as we descended towards the runway. Isn't it amazing how the windows fog up straight away as soon as you land in humid Singapore? Here is a final look as we leave the aircraft. Special mention to the crew, who were extremely friendly and took good care of us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, 12 hours in business class. How was that flight for you?
It's good. So, how was that flight?
It was really good. It's the best sleep I've had on a plane. Which is the sad part because I missed half the flight.
And just like that, we were back at Changi Airport. It was great to see it busy again. We have a break here before our next flight to Australia.
We used Singapore Airlines KrisFlyer miles to book this flight, and it cost us 116,000 miles per person before taxes for both this flight as well as our flight to Australia. Unfortunately, Singapore Airlines recently devalued their KrisFlyer program, so now it'll cost an extra 14,000 miles to make the same flight.
Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you on our next adventure.